All right, welcome everybody. This is our RUAC Spoon Challenge 46 show and tell. This is the template, but you'll see that I've got it cut out at the moment. And so this is for the travel spoon by Matt Hankins. Am I pronouncing that right? Hankins?
That's right. Yeah.
And just so the way I'm going to spotlight Matt real quick for everyone. So this actually came about thanks to Kaylin, because Kaylin had, I think, one of these spoons, or more than one of these spoons possibly, from Matt that she had acquired. And when I had put out the call for new template ideas, she said, oh, you got to get Matt to give you, let us do a template of his travel spoon. So I reached out to Matt, and he was very kind and gracious to agree to let us do a template for this one. So that's how this one came about. Before we get started with our show and tell, Matt, if you would do me a favor, because I don't really know you other than some of the back and forth through Instagram setting this up. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your spoon carving journey, and then a little bit about how this template came about.
Yeah, my name is Matt. I live in Seattle. Started carving in 2019. I actually got sober at that point and found this as like a good way to stay busy. And so I found like a good community with the Seattle Spoon Club and just kind of took off from there.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so the template, I really like the like curved shapes. Like I really like this area. Like a nice curved handle, and just something. I work landscaping, so I always keep a spoon in the truck, and I wanted something like really hardy to take with me. And so just kind of like messed around and found this. It's kind of like, I think like the basic shape is similar to like the dolphin spoon, and then it's just like tweak the handle some. And so yeah, that's kind of how it came about.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you say you've only been carving since 2019?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how much time would you say you spend carving each week?
It just kind of depends. I have 4 and 6-year-old daughters, so it gets kind of busy. And so I try to carve it at night, like try to do a spoon a day, but
nice.
Things happen.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Do you have you show us a little bit more of your spoon that you used for putting this template together?
Yeah.
And then, were there any particular challenges that you found in carving this shape?
Well, I mean, getting like the right size bowl proportion for the handle took a little while, because this one's kind of wide, so that's why like on the template it's kind of, there's 2 sizes, because some of them, like this one is a spalted birch, and it's like a little different shape, so yeah, I mean, I think that's like the biggest challenge, just getting it.
Yeah, just finding the right proportions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to pull the spotlight off. I will say one of the things that I noticed, I went back and I found that it strikes me as being a little bit similar to Don Nalizetti's pocket spoon. So it's close. Don's is obviously a much broader, longer bowl. But I found interesting was that the side view, the sweeps are very similar. I'm not holding it well, but there we go. And yeah, I really liked. I had a lot of fun carving this shape. So with that, I'm going to unspotlight myself and go back out to the gallery. And who would like to share their spoons first? Wave a hand into the camera so I can see you. Don't be shy. All right, Wade, let me spotlight you real quick.
So I, right, unmute.
No, you're good. We can hear you.
Yeah. I like this one because it was sort of Swedish in style, and I like the Swedish eating spoons.
Yep.
I had a little bit of walnut left over, so my first one was walnut. I missed the side profile though. I didn't get the curvature bowl, and I made a much bigger keel. So I said, "Oh, okay, let's try again." So then I had more walnut, and I put a finial on this one just for fancy. But I pretty much ended up with the same profile because that's what I tend to carve. It's a little more curvy, but I made the back fatter. I like that sort of not just drifting off the back of the spoon.
Yeah.
So third try, I said, no, let's really follow the template. So I actually, we were talking to Sunny earlier about using a draw knife. So I draw knifed the curve in the top.
Nice.
Near the profile. So it's a little better. This one I just wrapped up yesterday, so it still needs some finishing cuts. But
very nice.
And I didn't get the keel. Like I tried to get that little step in there, but not not so much. But yeah, so there's a cherry version. So 3 of these, and I'll probably make at least 1 more because that shape. So good job, Matt. And I totally misinterpreted what the dotted lines were on the edges. I didn't get that was multiple sizes, so I was like a flat. Like an angled flat on the edge of the spoon to give you a little more relief. So
yeah,
that one was not so successful. I think this one, yeah, it's so hard to tell. Yeah, I think I got a nice rim on this one. That's
yeah.
Lines are the inside of the bowl and then the outside of the spoon. So
very nice.
Very nice.
That's some really nice walnut. I like it a lot. What was I gonna say? It's interesting. I didn't even notice the little, I mean, I have it on the template where I cut it out, but I guess in the course of carving, I totally lost sight of that little like point at the back of the bottom of the bowl. I lost sight of that completely. So I ended up just making mine a smooth curve. But I like the keel. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
All right. Great job. Thanks.
And I'll add just real quickly, I take full responsibility for the extra dotted line not making sense. You know, I thought it was perfectly clear, but obviously I heard a few pieces of feedback that the 2 different size options were not exactly understood by everybody. So live and learn.
Got it. I got it.
Threw that in last minute too, so thanks for that, Sunny.
I think mine ended up somewhere between the 2, but cool. All right, who would like to go next? Wave a hand into the camera. All right, I see Dominik and I see Chris. So I'll go Dominik first and then Chris.
So, oh, hang on. Made these ones. That is spalted birch. And the handle is quite thick and the bowl is quite thick as well.
I think that's probably what you want.
Felt like,
That's probably what you want for like a travel / pocket spoon, something you're gonna haul around with you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't carry that one with me. It's the spalting is very far gone, so
soft.
Yeah, it's really soft. It was some parts felt like balsa wood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it really blunted my knives. It was a good reason to sharpen the slide knives again. And then I carved this one there.
Wow.
That's cherry. It has some little tear outs on top there, but otherwise I'm quite happy with it. And Toby Hillman, he posted something about a chip carving pattern like this, and then I thought, oh, that's a good idea, because usually I'm not so I don't do chip carving a lot, and I'm always afraid to ruin my spoons with it. And so this pattern is from Donk the Donk. Maybe you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives about an hour and 15 minutes from me.
Okay. Yeah, so for the first time, it's okay. It's definitely everything but not clean. But yeah, it's, and your handle was just excellent to give it a try. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it creates a perfect perfect decorative spot. Excellent.
So thank you very much. And Sunny, for the dotted lines, I think in the future everyone knows when you do them on the template what you mean with it. So for me it was fine. It was more like an experiment.
Yeah, I think instructions are good. I should have had something there. Next time we'll come up with something different so it confuses everybody in a different way.
That's right. Awesome. All right. Great job, Dominik. Thanks. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
All right. I think we had Chris up next. Let me spotlight you, Chris. All right.
Made a spoon out of cherry. I looked at the template and I said, that's a lot like what I carve anyway, little different shape.
Yeah.
So I said, this will go easy. I went outside and made 3 blanks with my axe, came in to carve it, and they were all too thin to adapt to that curve. So here we are with the learning process, which is why I'm here. I enjoy that. So I made a thicker blank and came in, and instead of making 3 spoons, it wound up being 1, but this curve was very different. I hadn't created a spoon like that before. So it was fun. I found the deep point back far, which let you carve almost the whole bowl in one direction inside, which is very different from what I've done before. But it was fun. And again, having to take a closer look at that shape to create the right blank is a great learning process.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I tend to underestimate the thickness necessary sometimes, depending on the crank of the design, or in this case, it's the crank, but it's the full curvature of it. It's deceptive. You think you don't need as thick a blank as you actually do. Very nice.
And my knob I carved off in the end by mistake.
Oh, you still got it. I still see a bit of a hint of it there. And maybe because of the facet, it makes it look it, but it still looks like you've got a bit of the point there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It was fun. I haven't done Rise Up since the spring, and I'm going to try and get back and do all of them.
Awesome. Great to see you back, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. Who would like to go next? All right, Frantz. Let me spotlight you real quick.
Hi.
Hello. All right. What do you got?
Thank you for the template. It was fun to try to work with. I don't speak English a lot, but I will try today. I will show you my first one. I made a mistake about the crank because I did the crank here, and after that I follow the Rachel Benton's help to explain how to make the crank, and but I really like this one because I colored it.
Very nice.
And I think it is a spoon for decoration because it perhaps it's not enough thick to do it on time.
Of beef and cabbage.
Yeah.
I'm hoping nobody can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What?
Oops, sorry.
After that, I made this one.
Very pretty.
I
Cool.
don't really like the ball of this one because I find it is too deep and I don't like the curve. It's not enough rounded, but I like the bottom.
Yeah,
And,
real pretty.
it was Christmas, so
That's
I
right.
was this one too.
A reindeer, very nice.
Nice.
And I made last one. I finished it yesterday. It's not wild yet, but I prefer this shape because of the shape of the ball. But
Yeah.
I think it's not enough deep here. It could be deeper here.
Yeah.
I think it's too flat, and perhaps I will try another one in 2023, perhaps.
Very nice. And what kind of wood? Is that maple?
Yes,
Yep.
it's maple.
Very nice. Appropriate for Quebec City.
Thank you for watching.
Awesome. Thank you. Great to have you with us, Frantz.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Who would like to go next? Wave a hand. See what you got. All right, Brad. Spotlight you.
All right, bonjour.
Bonjour.
So I haven't done any of these templates in a long time. Just moved, so it's my first spoon in the new place. So I did 2 of them. I tried to get as much crank as I could. I didn't have a very big chunk of wood to work with, but it had nice color.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So this is pussy willow or goat willow, although
Nice.
American goat willow and European goat willow are different. So I did 2. So I carved them from both sides of the single little tree trunk. So they're oriented like this. One of them is bark up, pith down. So this is pretty close to the pith here.
Yeah.
The other one has pith up, bark down. So they're both tangential, but you get the different patterns
Yeah.
in the bowl. This one I had to make a little smaller. I didn't have enough depth to get the crank I wanted. And because I was too close to the pith, it looked like I was going to get some cracking or something. So I kept trimming it back. So the bowl shape is a little smaller. So it's almost like a children's spoon and a regular spoon. I don't know, but it's a lovely template. I enjoyed it. I like this one. I tried to get the handle to curve. I'm going to do some more of these with bigger pieces of wood so I can get little. I think I've got just about the right amount of crank, but I'd like the handle to curve a little too.
Yeah.
And this was the first time I've ever used this pussy willow, which has nice colors. So
It's really pretty.
so we'll try some more.
I didn't hear, how big does it grow?
6, maybe 8 inches in diameter.
I didn't even realize it would get that big. I always thought of pussy willow being more like a shrubbery.
Yeah. So there's a wetland right across from our new place, and there's one there that's pretty big, and it's right next to the road, so I can't just go hack a branch off of it. But at the base, it might be bigger than 6 inches, and
Nice.
and I've got 100 acres of alders to play with the
Yeah.
top down land. So I'm going to use some shrubs I've never used before in this new location, which will be fun.
Nice.
This
That's
carves pretty
beautiful.
well, by the way. I've never used willow I've used weeping willow, big willow, but not these little
Yeah.
small guys.
Really pretty. Very nice job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Brad. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Who would like to go next? All right, Michael. And then Sarah.
So actually you need to spotlight Matt because he has my spoon.
Gotcha. All right. Spotlighting Matt again.
All right. Well, thanks. Matt, really appreciate you doing the template. And, we'll call out that Matt has been great to have in Seattle Spoon Club. He, really, really great person. He's done a lot. His access to wood and everything, and a truck for helping us move wood around. Really great. So Matt, we're really happy we managed to connect and you found a good hobby to keep you busy. But anyways, with the template, if you want to hold that up, I haven't looked at this lately. Yeah, the profile. So this one, I totally missed a little bump on the bottom. I didn't do that. And to me, it was just to do a, sort of very sort of continual curve that just slightly straightens out as you get up the handle. That aspect really appealed to me. So there's no bump, I missed that. I also like the way the handle, flares out to be broader, up at the top. I didn't, I softened those edges, but, definitely is, thicker up at the top. This one is kind of neat. If you look at the front, you can actually see sapwood, and the sapwood, it's actually got sort of this reddish tinge. It's some really old walnut. It's got a little bit of figure to it, but it's kind of funny. It's just the natural bleeding of the tannins from the heartwood into the sapwood, and I just thought it was kind of cool to get that little red tint.
Yeah.
So that was kind of neat. I did did a bunch of, I like the curve. They're easy to do. In a last Seattle Spoon Club, we had about like 25 blanks out, and they were really popular. People snatched those up pretty quick. But yeah, no, really good fun spoon for eaters. I typically do the I'm still stuck on the 26 from Jeff, but I think I'll have to start to do some more of these. So yeah, thanks again, Matt.
Michael.
Awesome. All right. Who would like to go next? Oh, that's right, Sarah. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. Let me spotlight you. All right, welcome, Sarah. Where are you located?
I'm in North Yorkshire in England.
Awesome.
Hi. Yes, so this is my first time here. You
Well,
probably
welcome.
realise.
Happy to have you here with us.
Thanks, and also first spoon challenge. Yeah, so I guess I carved my first spoon a few years ago, but I haven't. I guess I've done about 20 altogether. So recently, in the last few months, I've been trying to get back into it and experimenting. So I thought, joining you guys, I could pick up some good hints and tips. Yeah, so I did two. My first one, I kind of got this bit wasn't very symmetrical, so I ended up like cutting off much more than the template required. But I learned a lot, and then I had another go. This is my second attempt. The shape is much better, but it's way too thin on the bowl. And also, yes, my piece of wood wasn't thick enough to get that shape in there. But I really enjoyed having a go, and I feel like I learned a lot. And yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right. Who would like to go next? Come on now. Wave a hand. Somebody show me what you got. All right. Matt, you already went. Why are you waving your hand again? You got another one?
Yeah, I did this one. I finished this one last night. Can I just show it real quick?
Absolutely.
So this one's alder. Pretty much what all I've been carving recently. There's where my daughter goes to an outdoor preschool, and there's tons of alder and maple that they, you know, falls down and they bring down, and they just leave it in piles. So I'll grab a little piece here and there. But I just wanted to say, like, I really like that, Chuck, you brought up like this point. Like that's one of my favorite parts of the spoon. Like I really enjoy. It's hard to show here,
Yeah.
but yeah, where the bowl kind of like meets right here, and it's kind of like forms a little V. I really like that. And you were talking about like the trickiest part of the spoon earlier, and I think for me actually it is like it's right here where the bowl, because it kind of like swoops in, and then like getting a clean area up here, and so I tend to like facet down into there and kind of chip out. But
yeah, I was trying to go for a smooth transition there and a smooth curve, and that's I still to this. I mean, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I still end up getting stuck in that tight turn there. And it's largely I haven't sharpened my knives, so it's a problem of sharpness on the tiny points of my knives. But yeah, those transitions can be really tough.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Very nice. And what do you? It looks like you added a little milk paint or something.
Yeah,
to that?
a little milk paint on that one. Yeah, little soldier blue, old-fashioned milk paint. Just kind of like a light. I don't know if you can see, but like the grain kind of comes through.
Yeah.
So just like a little light wash, kind of.
Very nice. I love that effect.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Okay, who has not yet had a chance to show off their spoon? Okay, Peter and then Jody. Or Piotr, however you say your name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Piotr.
I say Piotr.
Awesome.
So this is my spoon.
Nice. Yeah, you really got that nice continuous curve going on.
Yeah, so I carve it from ornamental pear. And actually I could go a little bit here thinner because it had very dense fiber, right? So it was very like strong piece of wood.
Was that from a bent branch?
Partially. Yes,
okay.
Partially, and there were some knots, and which is always more dense, like more difficult to carve. It was semi-dry, so and actually I carved it yesterday. I didn't know that I would have time to finish it.
Oh wow!
And I'm not sure if you can see it. I added little lip here. I broke this one continuous line with tiny lip. I don't know.
So you left the rim slightly proud of the top of the neck.
Yes. And the color actually it was not like this when I finished with oil and beeswax, but mostly oil. This beautiful rich brown color.
I always think of pear as being more of a like a white, like a very pale wood.
Yeah, it was. Yes. That's why I was surprised, and that's the beauty when we carve, right? Because we never know what the end result will be.
That's a beautiful color.
But the color was amazing. I was just amazed, and actually I had to add more oil because it was so hard and leave it for a couple of hours. Yeah. So it really soaked in and Matt, I enjoyed this template so much. And actually my wife told me yesterday, this is the first spoon that you claim it, said you are going to use it. Even though I have lots of spoons that I will never give away because I want to keep them, but this will be for camping and hiking, and she said, now you have to make one for me, and it's I enjoy it. It's beautiful shape, and I never carved shape like this, so it's Beautiful template. Thank you.
Very nice. You did a great job.
And I use the wider width on this, not the thinner one.
Yep. Beautiful job.
Thank you.
All right, Jody, and then John. I see you waving. And then George. Jody, John, George. Spotlight Jody.
Morning.
Good
So I'm
morning.
actually not done with either one of my spoons, but I have a good start.
Oh, that's it. I'm unspotlighting you.
So I did milk paint like just now on this one,
Ooh,
and I
nice.
have some facets that are on the handle that I was working on, but I think it's going to be better in my mind. So this is cherry, and I want to, after it sits in the sun for a little while and darkens up, then I think the white paint will pop, and I want to just sand off a little bit of the peaks on the facets so that it will have that like a little bit of a distressed look. I need,
Yeah, I agree. I think when that cherry darkens, that white paint's going to offset nicely.
yeah, it's going to be, so it's going to be a lot darker, you know, like this
Yep.
is, this one is blank on the top, and I'd like to do some coal rosing.
Very nice.
Here, and I'm just trying to decide on a design. So I wasn't done with that. I didn't oil them or burnish them yet. So I think that will, you know, I'll give it a couple days out in the sun and then finish these up and take pictures of them. I like the template, and it reminded me that I need to be aware of how much wood, like you said, how much wood you need to put in the appropriate crank if that's what you want.
Yeah.
So that was a good exercise for me. And I did not make these. This one was supposed to be like a little bit beefier. I didn't get the point on the back like Matt was showing. I guess I just tend to carve thinner spoons. I don't know. They just came out like a little bit more thin.
Yeah, I was struggling with that too. There was trying to find that balance between leaving thickness and strength, but then wanting to thin that bowl at the back of the bowl more. And
I know it just comes off, right?
Yeah, I kept going back and forth.
But it was fun to carve. I actually, these were short enough. They were in a piece of cherry that I had. They were like this.
Oh, very nice.
I carved both of them out of the same piece of wood. Like I axed them out at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask. Very nice.
Yeah, you know how it's like.
Yep.
It's bizarre. But thank you, Matt, for the template. I don't really know you that well. Maybe you can come on Rise Up, and your carving looks great. Thanks.
Awesome. Great job, Jody. Thanks.
Thanks, Chuck.
All right. And then I said John, and then somebody else waved their hand after that, and I've already forgotten. Paul. Oh, George. That was it. It was John, George, Paul, and then Ringo. All right. Hold on. Let me spotlight you, John.
Hi there. This is a little, I am out of focus. I'm going to try and see if that trick works. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, your camera's definitely blurry. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah. Let me try this. There we go. This will work.
There it is.
Okay,
Wow.
so this is the first one I did. And there was a knot that showed up right in the middle, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. And then it eventually the pieces started to fall out. So I just glued the pieces back in with CA glue, and I'm stubborn. I didn't want to give up on toss it out right away. This is maple. And so I glued the pieces that fell out here and over here, glued them back in with CA glue, and then just continued on. And so then I ended up chip carving circles, kind of accenting that that hole. But anyway, that was the first one I did.
I like it.
And then I had no idea what the dots made, what the dots meant on the
around the bowl.
Yeah, around the bowl. So I just kind of ignored them. But then I made a smaller one anyway, because then the next one I made, I did in consultation with my wife for the size that she wanted, because this one just didn't feel very comfortable to her. It was just, and so then I ended up going a little smaller than she wanted, and I didn't get the bowl shape just right. But however, with both of these, I really concentrated more than I usually do on the shape of the bowl for mouthfeel. So this is the first spoons I think where I was successful in not doing the beginner mistake of having too deep of a bowl. And, so this one's pretty comfortable for me, and this one ended up being pretty comfortable for me. And then I just did some real simple chip carving in that. But that inspired me to do a wife size version of the spoon that Andrea yeah. And so then I did this one for my wife. This is a version of her template where, again, I think I was pretty successful in making the bowl feel good in the mouth.
Nice.
And then I thought more about that punky piece of maple I had, so I grabbed a piece that had that knot going through it and made a bowl out of it. So this will be a bowl that will doesn't have to be waterproof to hold anything in. It's just going to be for setting rings or watches next to the kitchen
very cool.
sink. So I made a use for that. But anyway, I really love doing this. At first I thought, okay, pocket spoons, I'll use those. And both my wife and I have been using these every day for something. So thanks for the template. Very cool.
Great job. All right. Jump back out. George, let me spotlight you.
Could you spotlight my phone?
Oh, hold on. I got to go find that one. Never mind.
It's a better view to the spoon.
Wave your hand in front of it. There it is. Thank you. Got it.
So yeah, I just made that spoon. I was quite late with the template, so I just doing the show until I made this one. I really never do these kind of handles, so I really like that. And so as everybody was talking about decoration on that, I added a little bit. It's plum, like always.
You get the most gorgeous plum. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I also, yeah, this is really the maybe the most difficult spot on that spoon, I guess, with this transition from bowl to handle. I tried to make it, so I made this a little curve, not the hard stuff.
Yeah, I like the way you faceted it. It's nice.
Yeah, and yeah, it's, yeah, try to play around with some facets to make it look even thinner there, and play around with facets on the back as well. Yeah.
Did you steal my hook knife? Is that my hook knife I see in the background?
Which one? What do you mean? You have to point it out a little more exactly.
Look at me in the thing.
Just a moment. Where are you? Oh, you mean this one?
No, the dark one.
that-
No, the dark handle. It's right. You got the spoon resting on. Oh, it's a sloyd.
No, it's a slide. It's not yours.
Ah, that's my Matt hook. It's got the same finish.
Nope.
Very
Oh my-
nice.
Sorry.
Great camera work, George.
Yeah, beautiful job.
I got a new phone for Christmas, so I had to play around with this a little bit.
Awesome. Beautiful spoon. Great job.
Thank you. Yeah,
As
thank you for
always.
that. It was fun. I maybe I try some more of these style handle. Really, it's like always the challenges. You just know what the challenge is when you do it,
It looks like you went
and you like it or not. But this one I like.
thinner, it looks like.
Yeah,
Which-
I did print out the template. I just
just took it for inspiration. Yeah.
I still don't use templates like that.
You know,
George, you're such a maverick.
what's really interesting about that is the overhead view looks like a perfectly flat spoon that has no crank. And then when you turn it, you can see that it's quite a lot different than you thought at
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonny, what's up?
I'll go next if you need somebody.
I had Paul up next, and then we'll do you.
Sounds good.
All right, Paul.
Hi there. So this one was the first one that I did.
Ah.
And it does have a reasonable amount of crank to it at the back.
Yeah.
I asked to pull my blanks at the same time. This was a similar shape blank, but unfortunately it split out. And with this, I went for the wider bit, so it's sort of inspired by it.
Very nice. Is that Colrosing?
It is, and I think this one was closed. I think this one's cinnamon.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. It's cinnamon. Is that? But you can sort of see that. As I say, it started cracking to this bit, so I just went chasing it to try and stop it from splitting all the way through.
Yeah.
And then on the third one, well, I had a problem with axing, so it ended up being this.
It's a bowl.
Yeah, there was a massive crack in the handle, and I tried to save it. I kept chasing it with the axe, and then I got fed up of chasing it and just cut it off. But I thought, oh, it's actually quite chunky. I can make a bowl out of that. I just need to find a glass eye to fit in it.
There you go. A marble. Just find a really nice blue marble.
Yeah, a really nice marble. A white marble, draw a little eye on it so it could just be sat
I
there.
like it. That would make a great little joke, just kind of conversation piece, sitting out on a table or shelf somewhere.
Yeah, I have a feel. I mean, this is the first bowl that I've sort of like bowl that I've made, but I have a feeling that this one is probably destined for the missus.
Very nice.
Little rings or something else in it. But
Yeah.
anyway, greetings from West Yorkshire.
Awesome. Well, I love all the Yorkshire people here because one of my very favorite musicians, especially for Christmas music, is Kate Rusby, who's a Yorkshire native. Kate Rusby?
Yeah, don't ring a bell.
Never mind.
I'll look her up.
Do. She's excellent. All right. Sonny, you said you wanted to go, right? I got to find you. Where are you? There you are. Spotlight, yeah.
Thanks, Chuck. First thing I want to say is it's nice to see some new folks, and really encourage you to come back and spend some time, learn from folks here. I do credit Rise Up and Carve and really making my carvings a lot better. Gives you something to strive for, and posting things on Instagram makes you want to carve nicer spoons so that you can keep up with everybody. But also it's not really a competition. It's just a way to challenge yourself and continually evolve and get better at it. The one of the downsides is you see all the fancy tools, and there's lots of interesting things like looking at George's pile there. You know, and I'm definitely guilty of that. But you don't need to spend a bunch of money on tools to make nice stuff. So keep up with it, practice, and participate. And I think that there's lots of ways to get better. So with my little PSA out of the way, I'll show you the spoons I carved. I did 3 total, 2 out of black walnut out of the same log, and this one obviously is all heartwood, primarily 2 different directions. This one's a little bit off center, but you kind of get nice 2 different effects. This one I carved first, and that handle is really flat with the bulb tipping up. And this one I tried to get more of that curve in the overall shape, and have the tail flip a little bit.
Nice.
And then, they were just oiled this morning, so they're still a little shiny, but definitely enjoyed carving them. I haven't made many eating spoons lately. I've been doing a lot of cooking spoons. And then before we started today, I came down and challenged myself to make another one. So this one is fresh off the presses, and it'll be kind of an experiment because since I was oiling these 2, I got oil all over this one, and the wood still has some moisture in it. So we'll see how oiling a wet piece of wood goes, and see if it causes any issues for that. But this is the 3rd one. Not as much crank, but was done relatively quickly. So
I was going to say that was really quickly from what I heard. That's unbelievable.
It's fun. It's nice when you have a good cooperative piece of wood, and the cherry's nice and straight grain. So
next, we're going to have to push you to take the Emmett 10-minute spoon challenge.
Yeah, I can get a stick shaped spoon in 10 minutes, but I can't get a spoon shape, a real spoon.
Awesome.
Thanks again, Matt.
Great job, Sonny. And for anybody who doesn't know, Sonny is our webmaster / template master. He takes all of our template ideas. People usually just send in photos of the spoons, and he takes those and turns them into the line drawing art for our PDFs and posts them onto our website. So huge thank you to Sonny for all that you do for Rise Up and Carve. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe we're almost up to 50,
I know. It's closing in quick.
Seems like yesterday that the website was just this crazy idea. And Chuck's like, this random person is going to make a website. I don't know about that.
Seems a little sketchy to me.
Always, still is.
Awesome. So just ignore the malware that you get downloaded onto your device when you download the PDFs.
No, none of that. I mean, none of that.
Bank accounts, please. All right. Thank you so much, Sonny. All right. Who has not yet had a chance to go? All right, Phil, I see you waving, and then Morgan will come to you. All right. Here we go. Phil.
Hi, everyone. Firstly, Matt, thanks for super template. Really enjoyed carving it. And in the spirit of Michael, I was influenced by the template rather than stuck to it religiously. So I hope you understand that's a tribute to Seattle. So the first one I carved was this one in cherry. I've got huge fingers, so forgive the fingers, but
Ooh, I love the faceting and the scallop on that top surface. Really nice.
Yeah, I generally don't do decoration, but this is the first time I had a go at a bit of carving in terms of that scallop going down the length of the handle. It just seemed to do something. And I've been carving a lot of saddleback spoons, so it's got a saddle rather than a flat on the top as well. So that's the first one. Nice facets on the back, on the bowl.
Beautiful. What kind of wood is it?
That's cherry.
Cherry. Really nice.
And sticking with the cherry theme, I've been trying for a long time to get a feather spoon out, and I sort of got this one. It's gone a bit dull now, but it was quite feathery to start with. Same sort of routine. Yeah, so really fun to carve, really enjoyed it. Thanks to Matt, and thanks especially to Sonny for the inspiration that he always gives us all, and the kick in the bottom to get on with it. So thanks, everyone.
Get on with it. Excellent job. All right. Morgan, where were you? There you are. All right.
Sorry, I was muted. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Where are you from?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. Awesome.
Yeah. This is my first one.
I was gonna say I wasn't sure, but welcome. Glad to have you with us.
I've done some of the templates in the past, but I've just been so busy I haven't been able to like get them on time. So this is the first one I've been trying to do, but we had some really cold weather here, and I do all my carving outside, so I didn't get started till yesterday. So I haven't finished yet, but I have a little teeny poplar spoon. I don't do a lot of eating spoons, so this was fun for me. I usually do just like fig shaped eating spoons if I do eating spoons. So this is the first one in this shape I've done. But I don't know if you can kind of see, not much color to it, but it is this is tulip poplar. So I wanted to have the grain orientation like straight up and down, but there was a knot over here, so it's kind of going over a little bit this way.
That looks good.
Yeah, I'll probably get it done today sometime, but I just started yesterday, so I didn't quite get all the way. But it's been fun. I really like this template. This is actually going to go to a friend that does a lot of camping, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit thicker, just so it can take a little bit more abuse. But yeah, that's that.
Awesome, beautiful job. So glad to have you with us. Hope we'll see you more on Rise Up if you get a chance.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to make more of them in the future.
Cool. Cheers.
Thanks.
All right. Who else has not yet had a chance to go? Who has a spoon to show? Anybody? Anybody out there? Going once? Any of you people who are muted and don't have your cameras turned on? Anybody out there with something to show? If not, then we'll switch over. I'll share screen and we can look through the Instagram posts. Is that Ian Glendinning?
Yo!
Ian! Do you have a spoon to show, Ian?
Say that again?
Do you have a spoon to show?
I have 3 to show.
I thought you might have a couple. All right, I'm going to spotlight you. It's your turn because everybody else is gone. I was just switched over to Instagram. So,
damn it.
See now, you come in and boom, you're right in the spotlight.
Right, I forgot what they
No
all are now.
sneaking in the back.
Right, okay. Sneaky old thing that you are. Right, brilliant template. First one was rhododendron.
Nice.
I wasn't quite sure what the lines were on the template for, so I'm assuming that was different bowl sizes, yeah?
Yep.
Right, that's okay. This one was completely white when I finished carving it, so I put it in baking soda for a night, and it really pops out the grain on this rhododendron. The design was inspired by a bit of artwork by my daughter when she was at art university, sorry. Next one I think was alder, which I just love carving because it's nice and soft.
Beautiful.
Such a beautiful template. And then while I was at work and doing some firewood, we have a lot of ash dying just now, so most of my firewood I do for work is ash. This amazing piece of olive ash came up.
Wow.
And I thought, that is not going into the customers. I mean, it's almost purple.
Wow.
I mean, ash is a pain to carve. It's so hard, but I thought I'm not letting this go. But yeah. I love these little spoons. I'm trying to remember the last time I actually did a full-size spoon, eating spoon. It was probably quite a while back. But yeah, no, no, I loved it. I thought it was a great template, and that was just sort of washed over with some blueberry milk paint, a very light wash, just to pick out the
gorgeous chip carving as always.
If I'm getting there, another 100 years, I might actually master it.
Beautiful, absolutely.
It was a really nice template. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was nice to get back to a kind of like a normal eating spoon type of a spoon template this time around. So
yeah,
very cool.
Gosh, there's tons of folk here.
All right. Yeah, we got a lot of folks on. All right. Well, before I dive into the Instagram, actually, I don't have one printed out at the moment, but we do have our next RUAC Spoon Challenge 47 posted. It's a scoop by Russ West from London, and there's no dimensions on it because you can do that scoop at any scale, any size. If you want to make a coal shovel, you can make a coal shovel. If you want to make a tiny little Bettina type tiny scoop, go for it. But anywhere in between, it's up to you. So, and then next weekend on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we are going to do, wait, is it 10? I think I said 10 a.m. Eastern. Russ is gonna do a brief, he's got like an animated demo showing his process for carving it and a discussion if for any questions anybody has about how he goes about carving those scoops. And then the other thing that I want to announce is that on Sunday, so next weekend, the 7th is Saturday, I believe, and Sunday, I believe, is the 8th. At 9 a.m. Eastern, we are going to do a resolution, revolution, evolution, New Year's episode where we invite everybody to come on and discuss what it is you want to accomplish in 2023. You could also do a little retrospective back on 2022, talk a little bit about what you hoped to achieve in 22 and in 2022 and where you think you got. And then looking forward, what you think you want to do in 2023. So it's meant to be a fun thing, no pressure, no judgment. Some people might, for me, my big resolution is to actually get back on Rise Up and Carve at least 2 or 3 times a week and get back to carving because I've been very busy and just have not had time. And so I really want to get back to it. So it may be as simple as that. Or who knows, maybe you're somebody who wants to start selling your spoons and build a business. Well, anywhere you want to go, you can talk about any of that. So Kaylin and I are going to host that session on Sunday, and we'll go from probably 9 in the morning to about 11 in the morning for anybody that wants to join and have a discussion. So that's that. So Russ, the show and tell is going to be on, did I state the show and tell? Yeah, Saturday, January 28th at 9 a.m. But the demo is going to be January 7th at 10 a.m. Okay. And then the New Year's resolution, revolution, evolution. If you see my post, you'll understand what I mean by that. That's going to be on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. I typically try to post all of these things to our Instagram account, the Rise Up and Carve Instagram account, and I try to always cross-post them to Facebook as well. So if you, no matter where people are following us, you should be able to find the information. All right. Any other questions? If not, I'll dive into, has anybody else come in that didn't get a chance to show a 46? I think we got everybody, right? Okay, I'm going to share my screen and we will go over to Instagram and walk through some of the photos folks have posted. Let me know if you can see my screen. You guys able to see my screen? Unmute yourself if so. Okay, good, thanks. All right. So here was a in progress shot from John when he was starting. Another in progress, just laying it out. That looks like a beautiful piece of wood. Black locust, wow. That's pretty. Very nice. I like that knot in there. Makes it tough to carve, but it looks pretty. You can feel free to unmute yourself, by the way, and pipe up, you know. Uh-oh. Looks like Marla had a bit of a disaster.
Exploded.
Right? What the heck happened? Right through the bowl on both of her spoons. Oh no. Hate when that happens. All right.
Yeah,
Those
so
are
the one Matt showed is in the upper left there. You can see that it's got the one with the sapwood.
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention, but you know, the December Seattle Spoon Club meeting, we did a spoon swap, and it's completely random. And ironically enough, Matt was the one that got my 46. So that couldn't have been more appropriate, but it was
Nice.
completely random.
That's awesome.
It's a beautiful spoon.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm so envious that you guys have such an awesomely active spoon club.
That's great. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle and Portland. Portland's got a good spoon club, and we got offshoots. A couple guys up in Bellingham they have quarterly get-togethers, and we've got somebody out in Port Townsend. They have started to organize carvings, not quite as consistent, but it's really great to see. I mean, it's really awesome.
That's fantastic. How far away do people typically, like, are these all people that are in the cities that are coming to these, or do you get people from further out?
You know, we've had you know, David, he carves on, you know, typically in the evenings. He comes down from Kingston, which involves a ferry ride, so that's probably an hour and a half at least to come down. Uzdia from Port Townsend, they've come down a number of times, and that's more like a 2.5-hour trip. And we've seen at least one of the Bellingham guys come down, and Bellingham has got to be 2 hours. Predominantly people are, you know, in city, or you know, maybe the, you know, suburbs of Seattle. But yeah, no, it's,
I've often thought of wanting to try and go to the New York City Spoon Club one, but for me, it's probably an hour and a half long ride. Plus I have to cross a couple of river crossings, which cost like $15 now. It's just like, it's insanely expensive here in the New York City area to try and get to those.
Where do they meet?
They meet in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So, I mean, they have a facility. It's a nice facility. It's great if you're in the city because you can, you know, hop on a train and, you know, get there. It's no big deal. But like I live like northwest of the city. So it takes me probably an hour, and actually it probably takes me closer to 2 hours to get, because they're on the other side of Manhattan from me. So it's a hike. We used to have a group here that would meet, but up in the like lower Hudson Valley area, but that hasn't happened since COVID, and I kind of miss it. Oh, so that's just a repost of that one. Very nice. Yep. Cool. Beautiful. A lot of people kind of went for that sort of scalloped top surface, it looks like. I like that.
Chuck, Toby must have another spoon with the same chip carving I did.
What's that?
So that's this spoon is from Toby, and he carved another spoon with the chip carving, which is influenced from Donk the Donk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Birch. Very nice.
Wow, quite dark.
Yeah.
Nice, John.
Very nice, John. Oh, this guy. Unbelievable.
Bloody amateur. Bloody amateur.
Love your decorative work, man. It's just so awesome. That really is a spectacular piece of ash. Holy crap.
It's unbelievable. It really was. It was stopped me in my tracks when I was splitting it for firewood.
Yeah.
That's before and after the baking soda.
Yeah. Wow, it really does make that green pop out.
Does the baking soda raise the grain of the wood?
No, it doesn't actually.
No, it's the water that does that.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
I mean, I gave it a slight burnish afterwards once it dried out.
Yeah.
But no, it was fine.
I've never used the baking soda technique. Do you like soak it in a baking soda water mixture or something?
Yeah, I put about 2 tablespoons of baking soda, give it a good mix, and then just stick the spoon under water, obviously, for, I mean, some things take 45 minutes to an hour, some things take overnight. Okay. I had a piece of ginkgo once, and that literally turned within 45 minutes. Rowan, last time I tried Rowan, that was like half a day. It turned a beautiful, beautiful color.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll definitely have to
Does
try
that
it.
work on every wood, or is it just if you just wait long enough?
I don't know. I think I tried alder once for some unknown reason. It didn't make any difference.
Okay.
And I think I tried ash once, and again that didn't make much difference.
It needs some level of tannin.
Tannin.
That's right.
Don't have tannin in the wood, it won't help.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, reacts with tannin. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Did you like add tannins with like a tea beforehand?
I didn't know. No, I have
No.
done that, but I didn't do it for those ones.
Yeah.
So Ian, that's when it's acceptable to make tea from a bag, is when you're just going to use it as a source
You
of
know
tannin?
that, mate? No, Brad. God, we've been down this road so many times.
Does that work if you soak a spoon in tea first and then in the?
I don't know. I'm too busy drinking tea.
It should work.
No, but
I mean,
normally
it works
Should
with
work, yeah.
ebonizing, so
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
it might
alright.
work with that.
No, Chuck, it works. It works perfect if you soak it at first in black tea and then do the ebonizing.
Cool. All right.
It works much better.
I'll give it a try. That sounds cool. All right.
Remember, no bag, loose tea.
Rachel. Hey, I haven't seen Rachel. Like, she hasn't posted the last couple of days. Has anybody seen Rachel?
No.
Wonder if everything's okay. It's not.
Yeah, everything's fine with Rachel. I was chatting with her earlier today.
Oh, okay, cool.
Holidays.
Yeah, that's why I figured it was that, but I just wasn't sure. It's unusual that I don't see a post from her almost every day.
A family, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Beautiful and precise work as always. Blanks. We're blanking. There's your bowl. I love that. I love the eye. You got to put a blue marble in there. That would be awesome. Love it.
The first attempt. It's good.
I was going to say. Very nice. This hack.
Who is this guy?
Unbelievable.
Nice curve, though.
Yeah, I was actually pretty pleased that the curve came out. But like I said, like when I'm carving, my tendency is always to want to try to thin down the back of the bowl, which then leaves the neck too thin. So I was trying to be very careful not to go too thin back there.
I like the spoon carver's paradox or something.
Yeah. It's like I want thin, but I want the strength of thick, but I want the elegance of thin. And thick always feels better in my hand too, usually, than thin. So yeah, trying to find that sweet spot is a challenge. I'll tell you though, Dominik, that even though it may be soft, that spalted one is really spectacular.
Yeah, thank you. And that's why I tried to finish it. And it looks probably like always much better in the picture.
Yeah.
But no, it's
But you should be able to, like if you oil that well, like and cure it and oil it and cure it, that should stabilize out pretty well, I would think.
Yeah, I did that during the week, oil it and then try to get the bowl clean again. So I probably have to wait for a while until the oil is really sucked in and cured in, and then give it another try. But
is this
and it's
the spoon that you showed on camera, the one with the donk pattern?
Yeah.
Wow. It looks so much better in a photograph than it did coming through the Zoom camera. The Zoom cameras suck.
Yeah, it's hard to see. That's a really cool. I love that effect.
Yeah, it's a nice design, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really nice. That came out way better than the Zoom camera gave you credit for.
Yeah, thank you. To be honest, I mean, some of you guys know me and that I don't do a lot of chip carving, but I'm torn between to be really happy with it but because I see all the irregular chip carving in that.
I was just gonna say though that I actually really like that it's irregular like that.
So do I, yeah. I think it looks really, really cool.
It actually gives it more visual interest to me than if it was dead on perfect.
Yeah,
It's kind of got a like it's bringing to mind some of the like the illustrators, like the graphic novel illustrators, with the rounded, sort of wavy stuff from the 60s.
Oh, okay. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And was that knife cut or gouge work?
With a gouge. So I used 2 gouges, and then George mentioned in the chat that it would be possible just with a round gouge, with a small one. So I have a set from Flex Cut, and I used the idea to make that goes up to Toby Pilmonty, and I used this one there.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing and spotlight you so you can show.
Yes, I can't see it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find you. There you are.
Yeah, that's the same as the one I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's from Flex Cut.
Okay.
That's a round one.
Yeah.
And I used this one, the V gouge. But I think if you practice a little bit, you can do it without a V gouge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do it probably with one, and it's a good tip to practice it before on another piece of wood, because otherwise
it's a scrap piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid I'm going to totally destroy something I've spent, a couple hours carving, so I tend to avoid it.
Yeah, I'm the same, Chuck. Don't do so much chip carving, because if I'm happy with a spoon, I like to leave it how it is and not to do any chip carving on it.
Yep, me too. Either that or I just become enamored with the wood, and then I figure anything I add to it's just going to detract from the beauty of the wood. But then when I see other people do it, I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Could you, Dominik, do you have any photos of your process of chip carving that?
So yeah, hang on.
If
No,
you do,
I don't have photos, but I have. Hang on.
I think Donkey does have some photos on his sort of process on his Instagram. He has done a sort of Instagram tutorial, I think.
So can you see that?
Hold on, I'm gonna re-spotlight.
Excuse me. So at first, the light here is pretty bad. I'm sorry for that. You know, I did these waves at first. So the first thing is I was drawing a line.
Yeah, your guidelines
on the spoon. And then, so that's one curve, that's one curve, that's one curve, and that's one curve, and further on. And then
that was just a stab cut with the gouge.
Yeah, just a stab cut. And then I did it on the next line, and you can see the arrow there. So you start on this one. Starting point is there with the V gouge, but like I said, you can probably do it with the round gouge as well, and dive in there and do it like, and then there the other way around.
Did you release a chip with a straight knife somehow?
Sometimes I had to, when the cut wasn't clean enough, I had to release it with a straight knife, but it worked quite well.
So hold wait. So with the V gouge though, was it just like a straight stab cut plunge, or were you actually?
I was really diving into it.
Okay.
So it was done with one stroke with the V.
Yeah, only one stroke. And if it wasn't wide enough, I did another one carefully to make it a little bit bigger. But usually it was one stroke. And I think if you use the round gouge, you will have it a little bit wider, and then it fits much better to the wave. So yeah.
Cool. All right, let me share my screen again. So this was John Couples.
I love the handle on that one.
Left the keel. Yeah. It's ebonized. I was gonna say that looks like my spoons after they've been sitting in my tea for hours and hours, day after day.
Chuck, as long as it doesn't sit for hours in the oven.
In the what?
In your oven.
Oh yeah. A pile of ash. That's my usual routine. Very nice. That one came out great. Beautiful spoon.
That was lovely.
Really nice. Well, and that was the reminder post. There we go.
That's quite cute. That's lovely.
Polarizing. Nice. Very nice.
Can you spot my little assistant on the first picture? Look, yeah. And
Oh my goodness.
actually, it was so funny I noticed her when I took a picture after the fact. She was just hiding under the branches.
your
And then I
product
went,
shots.
what is that?
Healthy slow cat.
Yeah, it was so fun. And with next picture, she was gone. Just
I would never have noticed if you hadn't called her out. That's funny.
yeah.
Very nice. Nice. That's a great shot. Love the light.
Thanks.
Oh,
Wow. Indian rosewood. Now there's some exotic wood.
I think I have the other half of that stump.
Very nice. Very nice work. Is that it? Was that the last? Did I go all the way?
Yes, you got them all.
All right. I think that's everything. I think I got through all the shots that have been posted, unless I refresh, see if something else was.
All the shots that Instagram was willing to post.
That's right.
Some of us had some tag trouble, I think.
Oh, no, really?
Yep. There, and then it disappeared, so.
We got through that. I don't think we saw this. That was Sunny's.
wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, that's everything then. So I will stop screen sharing and I will go back to my gallery view. And with that, so thank you very much, Bettina. Hey, Bettina.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good so far.
Good. All right. Well, with that, thank you, everybody. It was great to see you all here. Thank you for everybody new who joined us. We look forward. Please sign on during the regular week. Jump on Rise Up. It's always available, always open. Anybody can come in and launch the room. If there's nobody in, if you wait around for a while, people will usually show up. Yeah, we hope to see more of you. And if not, we'll catch you maybe next week for the demo on Saturday at, what did I say?
10.
Demos at 10 Eastern. and on Sunday for 9 a.m. Eastern for our New Year's revolution evolution thingy. And yeah, so this has been a lot of fun. And with that, I'm going to stop recording. And first, Matt, thank you so much for your template. Kaylin, thank you for suggesting that we do Matt's spoon as a template. And Sunny, thanks as always for all of your hard work. And to all of you, thank you for carving and showing up and making RUAC the special community that it is.
Thank you, Chuck.
Really fun to be a part of.
Thank you.
All right.